What's going on, everybody? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? We're live and direct.
Applause, applause.
Okay, yeah, so we're good. Welcome to another episode of Brothers Gonna Work It Out with your host, NightSchool Buzz, and
NightSchool Chin as always.
And we have another amazing topic tonight. We're not gonna do the conventional pop culture top 10 list tonight.
Oh yeah. This is real talk, regular talk. Right?
We got some real talk tonight.
I appreciate
it.
that.
And we're hoping that we can get as much people in here tonight as possible because we need a lot of different opinions and views. You know what I'm saying? Once again, if you can, like, subscribe, share. You know what I'm saying?
All that shit, man.
Because this is a good topic, and I think we could, away from just arguing about it like we do on memes usually.
Right.
When the different memes are dropped.
Yeah.
About the subject directly and indirectly.
Right.
There's a lot of,
Yeah.
You tend to see the same sentiments spread by, the opposite sexes and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So basically what we're talking about tonight is, why do men cheat and why do women cheat?
And I'm pretty sure it's not for the same reasons, you know what I mean? Who knows?
Right. I mean,
we all have our reasons, but
I'm sure the reasons vary. I'm sure it varies. But
why? You think it's a question of why do people cheat, or is it a question of why do men and why do women?
No, I think personally.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think it's why do men and why do women. I don't think it's a universal thing. I don't think men and women cheat for the exact same reason.
No, for sure.
Me personally, I don't think so. I've never felt that way.
For sure. For sure. What do you think? I don't know if this sounds like a weird question, but what do you think a woman's reason might be behind cheating without, I don't know, the dude knowing, I guess?
Well, I mean, everybody didn't want to cheat without nobody knowing.
Yeah,
but the reason, I mean, okay, so like this, for women, I'd probably say like, and don't get me, you know what I'm saying? I know that the holy shit. Oh boy, this is gonna be good. Oh boy.
Right?
So like for women, I don't think, okay, first of all, I don't want it to be, this is like a thing where me and Shinj are like, I want to get a female's perspective on this. Because I'm not going to be naive enough to think I can speak from a female's perspective. And I want this to be something that people could refer back to and at least look at some female's perspective on the situation. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you're not shy about it, I would love for you to cam up so we can have a live debate with you. Whoever you might be, I can invite you in. If you just say you wanna cam up with us, we can just drop a quick comment, you know what I'm saying? And then
we'll request
you in. Or even if you just put your comment in the box at the bottom, you know what I'm saying? And then we can go from there. You know what I'm saying? But
for sure.
From a male's perspective, from my perspective, I personally think cheating is corny, but I don't think, I think people are susceptible to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was personally susceptible. I didn't think I would be, but, like, I think...
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can understand... I don't want to say I can understand because that's almost like giving a justification for it, because there's no real justification for the shit. But there's when you can objectively come to an understanding or reasoning about something, I can objectively understand the reason. And I'm sure the reasons vary per situation. You know what I'm saying? But I think dudes more logically will just look for a logical way out of the situation without having to deal with the emotions involved in it.
Right.
Meaning they will look for an easier out without thinking about, and so that's another reason why sometimes we'll do things more stupid or sloppily than women will. I think personally,
exactly,
where cheating is concerned,
right?
Because women are gonna involve, they're gonna think about how we emotionally will react to something. Reactions are like, a part of emotions also. You know what I'm saying? So like women are more in tune with that. I think personally, generally speaking, like they will see the situation for what it is, and they'll make a more calculated effort to hide the. I think they're better at cheating than we are. But I think dudes will jump to cheating faster because they're looking for an easier way out of the situation. Logically, the situation, I'm not happy here, so let me just find something.
Right.
And on top of it, away from that, men are prone to pussy. As bad as that sounds, like we just have this.
I think that's what it is most of the time. It's not like a thing where it's like, oh, I hate her, so I'm gonna cheat on her. You know what I mean? I want nothing to do with her. It's not like that. It's not to that degree. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times it's like, yo, I just want something else too, or you just want your cake and eat it too. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Creasim says, I think women are more slick.
I think women are more
slick / sneaky. Yeah. Come on, what's up? We got a dude in the building. What's up? Everybody getting here. We gotta talk about this one. Brother. Cam up. Yo, if you have
the answers, Sway, let us know.
Yeah, man. Please. You know what I'm saying? Like seriously,
you know
we wanna discuss
it's
this
an
with you.
interesting dynamic, man.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Like 100%.
Do you have the answers on why we cheat or why they cheat?
Word. Like I wanna get a female's perspective on why men cheat, and I wanna get a man's perspective on why women cheat. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta like see how the other sex is feeling, and you know what I'm saying? Like the other gender or whatever is feeling about the situation, because like it's real. Sometimes like, it's like we have an understanding of the shit and we don't know it all. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like, I don't want to speak for a woman because I don't know why women, you know, why a woman generally cheats besides the man's not taking care of things at home. You know what I'm saying? But like outside of that, what would make her cheat?
Right.
You know
honestly, man, spiritually, there's nothing good that comes out of it.
Nah.
You know what I mean? Like, I can honestly, and no disrespect to like whoever's in the future, but there's you can see there's like, you can see it as a mistake going long term. You know what I mean?
Word.
Like sometimes it's like, yo, why did I cheat?
Word.
And situations could have been avoided, and this could have been better, and this, you know what I mean? It's like, life happens, you know.
Ray says I'm never unreasonable. Ray answers, I've never cheated.
So I can't give an explanation. But why do you think, has anyone cheated on you though?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Not anybody cheat on you, or you know someone who's been cheated on, or just from your perspective, what would make, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
All right, so we got Kamal says,
you don't take D. That's as unreasonable as you can get. Some women have mental problems where they have to sleep with multiple men. Oh, the shit is sideways. Don't watch my head. No communication between two people. That's for sure.
That's true. You know what I'm saying? Communication is a big deal too.
That's sucker shit though. Like, you know what I mean? It's almost like sucker shit. Like to the point where it leads to cheating. Yeah. It's like, I'm not gonna communicate with you, so I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I don't think they deserve that. You know what I'm saying? But especially if you were fucking with them. You know what I mean? But
please, anybody.
I think they deserve an explanation at least. But
just putting out the invitation again. If you want a live camera,
I've been cheated on. Right? Okay. So you've been cheated on. So what do you think was his motive behind cheating on you, or like why? Aside from him, like explaining whatever the reason was, you know what I mean?
And also, when given the answer,
sparked it, you know what I mean?
There's got to be some self-awareness involved too. So, like, as much as you can, try to explain both sides of the situation that would make somebody do that.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think anybody. There's always, not always, but I don't think it's always a reasoning behind someone going and cheating. Some people are just assholes and do that. You know what I'm saying? But
he's a dummy. Okay,
that's very vague.
Yeah, you know that's what I'm saying. Like, that's vague. I can't chalk it up to that.
You know what I mean? Like, it has to be. Like, did he give you a reasoning? Like when he gave a justification, what was it? If you don't mind sharing, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it should be interesting. Yeah, for sure.
No, you know what I'm saying? Like,
how the fuck are you gonna cheat on me and end up having to rent a room? Okay, well, I've never cheated because I'm a whore when I'm single, so I can get it out of my system. But I've studied many cheaters. I've asked the questions because I don't like the reason behind cheating.
Damn.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you could leave too. That's what I'm saying, bro. Just you could leave too, but why do people go to the extent of like? It has to be a thing where it's like gluttony.
Yeah.
You just want more than one. It's not a personal thing where it's like, I can speak for myself. Like even I can say when I cheated, I was young. I was younger, so maybe I can chalk that up to like just being young and making a stupid mistake. You know what I mean? But honestly, I probably wanted more than one in the situation, and I was nothing against her. I just wanted more than one. Or I just wanted something, you know what I mean? I don't know if it's boredom or what. It wasn't boredom because I wasn't bored.
Right.
it was just, I don't know. You know what I mean? It's like, I really don't know at the end of the day. Like,
But you were young though, so that's a little bit different. Like I think when we get older, like you know what I'm saying, is we should have a better grip or like understanding of people's emotions and feelings. Like you know what I'm saying? You're investing. This is another thing too. People get into relationships solely off of love and emotions, and that's where I think that's when cheating becomes a problem.
yeah. There's no logic in that shit.
Because no, put it like this. Put it like this. If we're two companies, say I'm a company and she's a company, right? If we're gonna have a joint venture, like where both of our companies are gonna come together and become a joint company, it's because she has assets and she has a worth in her company. I have a worth in my company that we can come together and make a bigger company. But no company is gonna go with a company that doesn't have shit. That's a buyout.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're not trying to buy out your spouse. You're trying to. It's supposed to be a joint venture.
Yeah.
You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So like, why would anybody get with somebody where they're not gonna benefit from that?
Right.
Because you love the company. Like I could love that everybody at that company. I could love the sign. I could love the business model. You know what I'm saying? I could love where it's located. But if it's not good, like if the business plan isn't working, why would I invest all of my successful company into that company?
Right.
You see what I'm trying to say?
Right.
So and then think of it like this now. If I'm a company and you're a company and you're not holding up your end, I'm now looking for another company to build with.
To partner with, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
right.
And if you look at it from a business standpoint, I'd be naive to think that every single time there's an issue with companies like this and they're looking elsewhere, they let them know.
Yeah.
Inside talking or whatever it may be, you're cheating already, just looking for something else before you actually have that conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what happens in relationships. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You don't go into it with the person thinking like, yo, this person's, I'm going to invest my time and what I've built with this person, what they've built.
Right.
There's got to be a love there too. You know what I'm saying? But like, it can't solely be love. There's no way, because that's what's going to lead to cheating. That's an emotional thing. There's no logic behind love. Love is an emotional thing. Like you're not thinking logically. You're thinking just based off of your emotions, how you feel about the person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
like
when you jump to shit like that. It's true.
I don't know. Tell me, what do you think?
Dudes want to get their dick wet. Women have to feel an attachment to him in order to cheat. That's real talk. Yeah, well.
You see, that's what I'm saying, because there's more of an emotional aspect. Like, I think personally, men, this is not an insult, because they're both extensions of intelligence or intellect, right? In my opinion. Mm-hmm. One is emotional and one is logical. You know, if you know what I'm trying to say.
Emotion, yeah, definitely.
I think when women come into a room, and there's a bunch of people there, I think they easily better know how to gauge the emotions of people in there and can gauge the mood in the room faster than a man can when a man walks into the room. I don't think a man walks into the room and can understand how everybody's feeling about him at the time. He doesn't give a shit.
No, it's true. Yeah.
He's going in there for what he wants. Just like shopping. A woman can go into the mall and she can walk through stores until she finds what she likes. You know what I'm saying? Because she can emote herself into buying something that men can't really do. Men know when the Jordans are coming out, they go get it, they go home. Men go to the mall, get some food, and looking for, unless you're a kid and you're a mall rat. Grown men are just standing in the mall or walking around from store to store. Because there's a level of logic as opposed to emotion. Mm-hmm. But you need both at a high level to make a situation work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. This is what I think it is. For men, you have two main reasons. First is a simple one. Eat horny. Yo.
Let me get some water, excuse me.
Easy pussy is hard to pass on for some men. These men usually don't want to leave. They leave their girl, but they do it. Oh shit. I'm trying to read what you're saying. Shit. I missed the. Well, what do you think, man? Chime in. Like, why do you think? What's your motive behind cheating? Okay, let me see. Horny, easy pussy is hard to pass off for some men. These men usually don't want to leave their girl, but they do it anyways. The ones that don't care about their girl leaving only dated their girlfriend because they couldn't get the pussy without dating them. That's facts.
But I think a lot of the time that's true. That's kind of true.
Yeah, that's facts.
That's kind of true. You know what I'm saying?
That's facts.
I missed
Yeah, man. Nice.
No, we're still talking. We're still here. We're still talking. Michelle, what's up?
In Night School Collective on Instagram.
Yeah, we're also gonna be on Insta. We're gonna do that for the next show
yeah.
because unless you wanna, you can do it now because I can get you in on the We can go from the live. You guys gotta follow us on Instagram also.
Yeah,
Night School Collective. Follow us on Instagram. All right, everybody, if you can. We got freestyles up there. We got debate questions. We got all types of shit, and we're gonna keep doing trivia, things of that nature. So everybody just keep in tune with us. You know what I'm saying? But definitely, like, let me see what we got here. I don't get it.
Don't get it twisted. Some women, especially these days, can be just as savage. That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely, we're in a different time. I think it's a different time where it's like.
Oh yeah,
it's all mixed
up. No. I'm not downplaying that. Trust me. Because I know what comments y'all reading. Nah, for real though. Man.
No, but it's real though. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, I'm gonna put the invitation out there. If you're not shy, if you could just give us a quick cam up with us, give us a quick video, let us know how you feel, drop your opinion. You know what I'm saying? It would help. It would definitely help. How you doing? Janae? Nice to see you. Is that the name?
Jenny Ray.
Jenny Ray. I apologize. Excuse me.
Salute everybody, man.
Salute to everybody. Yes. So yeah, man. Are women really better at cheating than men are?
I don't know, man.
Because we do. I don't understand why we wouldn't be better at it if we do it at such a higher rate. Maybe that's the better question. Do men really do it at a higher rate than women? I'm wondering if in 2018 do men really cheat as much as women do? That narrative can keep going forever because dudes will just run up to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I cheat. I'm a dog. You know
exactly.
What I'm
saying?
Girls, you know, we're gonna run with that.
Claim that shit.
But really and truly, at this point in 2018, do men cheat more than women?
Probably. I don't know.
What do you think? What do you guys think?
Define better.
What, at cheating? Better at cheating. I would say they can get away with it more. Their
moves are more calculated.
Their moves are way more calculated. Like you guys could do it and we wouldn't know what the fuck's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
In that regard, unless because dudes are not emotionally in tune at the same.
And if you are, honestly, it's not like we're on our square so much to find out when you're cheating and when you're doing this.
Exactly.
I think women are more on surveillance.
100.
You know what I mean? When it comes to their man or when it comes to like, if that's who they are. You know what I mean?
Men run by routine.
But the ones that are, you know what I mean?
And men run by routine also. Men run by routine. Like if a certain routine is running and you see that everything's running in place and you're also thinking that she sees everything running in place also. So when you go and do that now, it's because you're running out of that whole, everything's this.
Yeah.
Look at Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods, when he was doing what he was doing he was doing it for years. But the reason why it broke down is because the cycle broke.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when his pops died, like the cycle broke. Instead of him doing it on a routine, he went out of the routine and then everything got fucked up.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's it's crazy.
So you feel like that's what they have a routine if they're gonna do it?
Sometimes. It's not. I think it's like when a dude in terms of I'm talking about in terms of like a dude being smart enough to know how to cheat.
Yeah.
Cheating smartly.
Yeah.
Cheating smart. You know what I'm saying? Going about the smart way of cheating.
No, definitely smartly.
Smartly. Definitely smartly. That's the word for the day. Let's get a clap for smartly.
Applause.
I like smartly. So, a dude cheating smartly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think...
Facts.
I think dudes will jump out of that, the routine, and go and cheat on their girl.
Yeah.
Because they see that everything is running according to plan.
Right.
You see what I'm trying to say? Like,
right.
No dude is gonna go and cheat when
it's all locked in.
Yeah, you know.
So if I do it now,
when a guy sees that a girl is on her square about him cheating and shit, he's not gonna run out and just start cheating.
Right.
But once everything is in a groove, then maybe you might slip because we're not thinking from an emotional standpoint. We're always checking for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. Men cheat more. Women are more organized about it.
Yeah, that you know what I'm saying? I definitely think that women are more organized about cheating than men are. Men are stupid about it.
Men,
I believe that shit 100%.
Women cheat more and better than men.
Like, I believe that. I believe that shit 100%. I think, personally, we're at a point now where it's a 50-50 split in terms of the cheating. Personally. Because of that fact. We don't know how to emote. Men have a harder time lying through emotions. You know what I'm saying? Or like using emotions to lie. Like they just gotta be smart and sneaky about it and just keep the poker face
and keep your cover your tracks.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like
for sure.
Yeah, I believe women can't. You know what I'm saying? Some women are stupid about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, some women are really dumb about it, and it makes no sense. Like, I don't understand how you can be so dumb. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, those are the hoes. Hoes are stupid about cheating because they don't. There are women that think with their pussy.
Yeah.
However, and you guys don't have a head in your pussy, so I don't even understand how they do that shit. That's crazy.
70-30, she said.
Nah, it's not 70-30. Not in 2018. No way. I'll give you a 60-40 split at the most. 60-40 split at the most. And they don't care if they get caught. It's not even a matter of them not caring if they get caught. I don't think they're thinking that far ahead. I think the majority of men are not thinking that far ahead.
That too.
We're in the moment. Logically, I need to get out of this argument and get some pussy somewhere else. As bad and retarded and as primitive as that sounds.
Yeah.
I think that's what dudes think. And then when it happens, it's almost like they gotta, because if dudes didn't care about how you felt, how many of them would stand there and say, babe, please, let me explain, da-da-da-da-da. Logically, why would I stand there and listen to that shit if I didn't care? I think dudes care, but they don't think smart enough, or they don't take into consideration the emotional aspect at the degree that women do. So, you know what I'm saying? Like women are thinking about your pride.
Right.
Like women are thinking like when women don't cheat, it's because they're thinking about your pride. Men very rarely think about a woman's pride before they go and cheat. That's the logic of the matter.
Yo,
you know
I was just thinking that in my head, even like foreseeing their reaction. All that shit is not even factored in.
Real shit.
You know what I mean? Like, cause if it was, we wouldn't. You know what I mean?
From the celebrity standpoint, you have women right now saying, women who are married to celebrities right now telling their husband, just don't make me look stupid out there. Because they know. As crazy as that is.
Right.
But I think even with that situation, not that I condone it, but I can logically and reasonably understand it because it's two businesses coming together to moving forward.
To maintain the business.
To maintain the business. You know what I'm trying to say? So like they understand like I'm not gonna leave the business because we both invested in it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
honestly, I feel that's why Beyonce can take back Jay-Z.
Absolutely, they're a brand. Beyonce and Jay-Z together is a brand. They are businesses.
And that's what Jay-Z. I'm just using that.
No, of course, because
it kind of does tie in though, because him admitting that he cheated on Beyonce and her saying, okay, well, we're still together, we're still married, as opposed to a girl just leaving the situation. Yo, fuck this guy. He cheated on me, whatever. The reason why Beyonce's staying with Jay-Z is because the business is being maintained throughout the cheating.
Exactly.
He's holding up his end of the bargain.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
As well as she is.
And
cheating is almost like it's not minor, but it is minor.
Exactly. When certain things are on the line.
Right.
I totally believe that. Right. And no woman can make me feel no different. I understand cheating is wrong. You don't want someone to cheat. But when you've gotten to a certain level, like they've gotten with the business aspect involved, like, you know, it's a matter of not making me look dumb. This nigga had to go and do a whole album.
Right.
Look at the rollout for 444 just to apologize to his wife.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To apologize to his wife. Look at the 444 rollout. You know what I'm saying? Like I need to make this right. I made the other business look stupid.
Right. Right.
And
he's thinking in his head like, yo, if I'm gonna cheat on her, I'm gonna admit to cheating on her through the business. And she's gonna have no choice but to be like, oh my god, this guy is doing some other shit. It's almost like that's how he got away with it. Because it's like, yo,
It's crazy.
he cheated on me, but yet we're still making money on top of this.
But this is helping my business.
It's helping my business.
Him doing that is helping the narrative because we need more. It's like a storyline. It's like wrestling for real. Like you need more storylines to keep that person's business moving.
Yep, that's sales.
You know what I'm saying?
Sales.
Like
that's some ill ass
that's
marketing.
sales. That's it's real though.
Ill ass marketing.
But I mean, when you look at it though, are they like through the marketing? Are they telling us something about the whole aspect of cheating in relationships?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course. As opposed to a nigga who doesn't have shit, and opposed to a nigga who does. I feel like, and it does make sense too. It's not like, honestly, it's not. Now that I look at it like that, it's not a gold digging thing.
Right.
I feel like some girls just want dudes for money. Yes, they want the perks and shit.
Yeah,
But
I not to cut you.
Yeah, go ahead,
I
go
even
ahead.
think the numbers in that are going down.
Yeah.
Girls wanting dudes for money. I think girls are getting it for themselves. That's not
They're getting
as
it for
high
them.
as it
Right,
was as it
right,
used to be.
right.
I think dudes are just prone and conditioning to putting extra value on. Well, that's another topic because I don't believe there's there's no such thing as good pussy, and we'll get into that on another topic because no one can debate me that there's such a thing as good pussy. Pussy is pussy. It's how you work.
That's
that
a whole
pussy.
other conversation.
That's a whole other conversation. We'll get to that later. But dudes they put so much value into the wrong things. Like they try to bring out the wrong values in the girl ahead of time.
Right.
They set a precedent, the
Or
wrong
just
precedent
assume
ahead of
like,
time.
yo, maybe I'm caked up right now.
Yeah, you know what I'm
She's
saying?
gonna
Like,
assume that, yo, because I'm doing this, I gotta spoil this and that. You know what I mean? And it's just like, and it's vice versa too. If a girl ain't got shit, don't get in a relationship. You know, it's the same thing. It's like when this is maintained, you know what I mean? It's not saying cheating is okay, but I think they're less consequential. You know what I mean?
I think
the word?
Yeah, I hear that. The fact because I
feel
think that
they're less consequential to the cheating because this nigga's got shit in check, and because I got shit with him,
right,
and he's keeping my shit in check as well.
right.
Then maybe this shit can be worked out.
Just don't make me look bad. Make sure the house is maintained, and we'll get through this at the finish line.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
The amount of women, like the amount of mothers and grandmothers in our generation that have worked through cheating. And we always say, oh, in the olden days, like I want to love like my grandparents. Well, a lot of our grandparents stuck through a lot of cheating, and you was one. And a lot of domestic violence and a lot of all the other shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? So you have to wonder like what made them stay through it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot of
Like,
the problems and relationship problems it didn't just happen yesterday, man. This is like
there's nothing new
life
under the
shit,
sun.
you know what I'm saying?
Nothing new under the sun.
You should just ask to be in an open relationship. That shit's kind of weird though. We were just watching that on Shameless.
Yeah, the open
where the
relationship
dude was
shit.
like he was smashing the man.
There's a lot of fuck shit on Shameless.
Yeah, I don't.
Yo, dude, every time that redhead comes on the screen, like I can't find the fast forward button fast enough. It's like watching Oz, the L word, and Metropia all at once. This shit is just like my eyes, bro.
Yeah.
But it was on Shameless. Like they had right now, I guess in the season, the black girl is with the guy. They were together, and then now they brought the Russian girl in, and the black girl likes the Russian girl just as much as she likes the nigga, and the nigga likes the two of them just as much as he liked them. It's crazy. And can that work?
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, Candace, take care. Pleasure. Thank you for, you know what I'm saying? 100%.
Salute for coming through,
So
man.
thank you for coming through. You know what I'm saying? Share the
I mean,
link, share the video. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But you cheating, isn't that an open relationship?
But that's another. Is an open relationship cheating? Is cheating? I mean, if you have an understanding that you're good, like you're gonna step out of the relationship physically.
First of all,
is it cheating still?
If you don't know, then it's not an open relationship. It's still a relationship because you don't know. It hasn't been established.
Exactly.
You're getting away with it.
And I think that's what I think that's where the cheating aspect comes in knowing. You know what I'm saying?
Technically, yeah, it is. It's an open
It's
relationship
the
on
knowing.
my end, but not on yours. You know what I'm saying? Or vice versa. You know what I mean? These guys get so distracted.
It's true.
So
though.
what? Women don't get distracted? I want to know. Like, what's the?
But you know what though?
You guys act like it's all. You know.
But you know what though? Like I'm not trying to. This is like okay. I've been saying this for a while. I think we're like the seasons change by decades, and eras. Like in the between like the late 60s to I guess the mid 70s or like the late 70s. Late 70s because disco was like towards the ending of the 70s. Late 70s and late 60s. Between that time, mid 60s to late 70s, I think that was a hypersexual time.
Right.
Very hypersexual time.
Right.
Sexual revolutions happen, social revolutions happen in society. And there's usually like a music or a drug attached to each revolution that happens.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? LSD in the 60s,
Right.
cocaine in the 70s, crack in the 80s, pills in the 90s, the 2000s, lean and everything else.
Molly and all
that. You know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't change. But that goes with the sexuality that transpires in society also.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I think in the 90s it was a very loving but responsible time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't, we're not trying a whole bunch of different shit, but we're just going to be responsible about the people we love. I think that was the thing in the 90s.
Yeah.
By the time the 2000s come, things start to change a bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it
Yeah.
changes with the wind. Right now, I think we're in a hypersexual time again. Just like the late 60s and the early, to the late 70s. Where like, people are willing to try everything. People are sexuality is being explored in every way imaginable to the point where we're bringing artificial intelligence into our sexual. How can the traditional relationship compete in 2018?
It's true.
It's like a 2.0 version of the sexual revolution.
That happened in the 70s, yeah.
And coupled with that now, we have social media. Our parents never had social media.
Exposed to all types of shit.
Our parents never had social media.
No.
Like my dad never had a way of seeing that many women at once away from his wife.
Much less a cell phone to even call. You gotta wait till you get home.
You gotta wait till you get home.
Use that rotary phone to call somebody.
That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? You don't think those things contribute into a person making the efforts that they would now? Imagine the efforts you would make back then to cheat, as opposed to now.
Exactly.
Where it's a touch tone away.
It's like now it's like it's
away.
not even worth it type shit.
So like, what are we? Is it even our fight?
Then,
It's almost like chaotic. Because how can we have a society where we're promoting marriage and promoting relationships, but we're doing everything around it to break it down? Literally.
Yeah.
It's a completely different society now. So like, what are we competing with? How do you? What are the parameters now? There has to be new rules.
Right.
There's got to be new rules. Like in the 80s and 90s, gangsters were doing stuff before social media.
Right.
So we have to have new rules now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like we got to be able to do things through social media.
I felt like people were more life dependent on relationships in the 90s.
Right.
Now it's like with the new rules it's like it's almost an option if you want to enter a relationship.
Yeah. That's like an option
so
now.
Cheating is more like
that wasn't an option before. I don't think.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? Like.
I don't know. I think so, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are we like? I mean, it's tricky. It's tricky nowadays. You know what I'm saying? For a person who's a hopeless romantic.
It's way easier to cheat now. You know what I mean?
So much
so
easier.
Now, if I want to cheat, if I factor it in, if I'm gonna do it, it's easier. You know what I mean?
Pornography. Like, there was a time when the husbands had to hide the Playboy magazine underneath the mattress.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like for when they wanted to get a little extra nookie on the side looking at something.
Yeah.
Look at what we got now. We got Pornhub apps. I don't know. I mean, I've heard. Yeah. I mean, I've never.
Yeah.
I've never been on Pornhub.
Yeah.
I've never been on any site like that personally.
It's just the greed is heightened now.
Yeah.
If you want to be greedy, there's access for you to be greedy. You know what I mean? In the 90s, like, it's just like, people were cheating, obviously, but it wasn't like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now it's like it's way easier and way more possible.
It's so much more accessible.
Just slip through the cracks. You know what I mean?
And it's like, is the traditional marriage built for this society? Is it? I'm seeing my friends getting married and it's working. and I pray to God that it works forever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like we need to be the ones. There's got to be some people out here that can break the mold from what they're trying to do to like the traditional marriage out here.
Yeah.
I'm not married. I would love to be married someday. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I suppose. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's another.
The way the wind blows.
Yeah. Today, I would love to be married at some point. Tomorrow, we'll see. It's probably a different situation. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like you gotta. I don't know, man. I don't know. Is there anybody who's married? Like, let us know how you go through temptation. Anybody that's in a relationship knowing they're gonna get married. How do you break temptation? You know what I'm saying? When it comes your way. If you're even susceptible to temptation at all, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Maybe you're just not that person.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? Some people aren't. You know
That's the question I'm asking, Kamal. Does porn count? You know what I'm saying? Because, like, I guess, you see, this is why I don't, you see this.
Right, Moose. The whole, sorry. The whole concept of side pieces, that wasn't around back then. No one knew what, there was no side piece. Now it's like, yo,
it wasn't an accepted,
I gotta have a side piece.
It wasn't an accepted concept in society.
Right.
Now it's an accepted concept in society. Right. Fake asses are an accepted concept. Like, oh, sorry. Apologize. Fake asses are an accepted concept in society. You know what I'm saying? Like, how weird is that shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And the side piece is willing to be the side piece under certain conditions, and
there's
all types of new concepts brought into shit, new dynamics and shit, man.
It's like, crazy, man.
It's different now.
I just weigh, is this random pussy worth losing this woman I've chosen? You know what I mean? That's a good way to do it. Hey, some marriages have dealt with a lot of cheating.
That too.
They have. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many marriages that we look to now. Where like you say like, how did you be at work and a dude says to you, yeah, I'm celebrating my 57th, my 60th. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes like I like to pick their brain, just ask them like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no disrespect, but how do you get through the fights and the temptations and all the other stuff?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, whether or not they're telling me the truth or not, sometimes dudes have stepped out and their wives work through it. But I could never call that woman stupid. You know what I'm saying? Because 50 years later, you know what I'm saying? Like, you've been with the same person, your businesses have been together for 50 years. You know what I'm saying? Like 40 years, 30 years.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's all, I don't know, man.
I don't even have a will to cheat.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, some people just, why go through that? Why go?
I think it's a headache.
It is a headache.
Cheating is a headache.
A headache. It's like. That's what I'm thinking. Part of it stems from just emotional stress from other shit too.
Yeah, yo.
You know what I mean? It's just like reacting in a way where it's like you're not even meant to hurt certain people. You're just doing certain shit.
If cheating isn't a headache for you, then you're a complete asshole.
Yeah,
all around the board. Exactly. I think like
that's just your motive going into everything.
Yeah, like, and it's like a have your cake and eat it too type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Cheat. Yeah, yo.
You're next. You're up. But they don't know type thing.
And that's why I miss the '90s too, because even if people weren't actually doing it behind the scenes, the narrative was to be safe about certain shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I miss those days, yo. Like, as corny as that sounds, like
it's true.
I'm not. Some people, I don't want to say I'm a germaphobe or nothing like that, but just the concept of like different fluids all over the place. And I was watching this documentary on American. I can't remember what it's called, American Swing or something like that.
Yeah.
About Plato's Retreat, like one of those swingers clubs back in the '70s. They're saying it was so bad in there that like you could see the crabs on the not to be disgusting, but like you could see the crabs on the couches. You know what I'm saying? There's like open hot tubs that put a bunch of people in there and shit. And I'm thinking to myself like, yo, like when you're with your wife as it is, the sex gets so nasty as it is. Like, why would you want to share different people's nastiness? And you know what I'm saying? Like, just, you know, like I don't know. I'm different. Maybe I'm a square. Maybe I'm a square. But that's why I was never into trains and batteries, and I wasn't with it. with it. And you could ask. You know what I'm saying? My you could ask. My track record is good that way. Buzz was never a part of those. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just never with that shit. Yo, call me a germaphobe or whatever, but I just wasn't with it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. I don't know if it's knowing what the consequences could be if in the relationship or what you guys said. Too much work, but I don't know. Can't do it. if someone's good looking, I could look, but I don't think about cheating. Yeah.
Is that cheating though? If someone's good looking and you look, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, isn't that like I understand universally it's like it's healthy in a relationship for you to be able to like look at somebody that's attractive,
Right.
and you both say, yeah, that's an attractive person.
Right.
But you're not in your nigga's mind. Like, even if you guys are like come to the agreement that they look, he could be thinking about fucking her, and like how all those other things, and is that cheating?
Yeah.
Outside of, is he not supposed to have those emotions and those feelings and views for you only, sexually and you know what I'm saying, like intimately?
My OCD can't do this.
Real shit.
I always felt like trains and gangbangs are kind of big. Yo, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, bro.
It's kind of like
That's what it is. Like,
it's like pause to me
you know what I
sometimes
mean?
too.
To each
Like,
their own. Still, you know.
I'm not with it, Like,
I
I'm
ain't
never
with
with
that.
it, man.
I ain't
And then
with
especially I'm like, you know what I'm saying, like, nah, yo.
Yeah.
Every man to a woman, you see me? I said, or,
Yeah.
So, it's not to
For
be
sure.
politically incorrect.
Definitely.
It's natural though. No, it's real though, man. I think like we all naturally are prone to succumbing to our urges,
Right.
and it's
Right.
in every aspect of life,
Right.
sex, food, everything that we need to be normal.
Knowing that there's an
Functioning
urge
people.
to resist means you've succumbed to it.
Right,
You know what I mean? So it's like whatever it is. You know what I'm saying?
real shit.
Yeah.
And sometimes we equate what feels good to what's good for us. That's a very tricky line. What feels good and what's good for us.
Yep.
And sex falls in that category too. It's just like candy. Like, candy tastes amazing, but too much will have you in the dentist's office with drills in your mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
Everything in life in moderation. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
maybe the moderation is not dabbling in everything possible, but at the same time, sex should also be something that, like, there's people who have higher sex drives than others, and they should be able to freely and safely explore that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
because
Yeah.
otherwise you're suppressing something that you shouldn't be suppressing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's true.
at the end of the day, both partners need to keep it interesting.
That's true too.
That's true.
That's definitely true. And that's a part of communication.
Yeah, it is. That's what it is. To acknowledge someone's good looking is natural, but some people take it as an offense, even when they might be beside them, or I'm looking at this woman or whatever. It's like, yo, what are you looking at? Type thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They put it on the same level as like you betraying me or something like
Right.
that. So I don't know.
And how many times
Different strokes for different folks.
How many times is a dude allowed to do that with his girl before the girl thinks that he just has eyes for different women?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
it sounds cute. You know what I'm saying? You guys are walking together and the girl's a fat ass. Ooh, babe, look at her ass. But if he did that every single time he saw a fat ass he liked for the day, you know how much times dudes say, okay, well, I'm not going to say it this time? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
What if a dude was to say that every single time for the day, how many asses he seen that look fly? Eventually the girl's going to think, yo, this dude doesn't have eyes for me. He has eyes for the girl. Like,
Doesn't even notice me.
and then you would be be
Yeah.
smart to think, when he's not with me, is he just looking at them? If he's looking at these many asses,
Yeah.
you see what I'm trying to say? So like,
yeah.
we're even the way women dress, like dudes like their women dressing incredibly sexy because they have this notion that, like, look but don't touch. I like when dudes are jealous of my woman.
Right,
but
right,
you're
right.
heightening.
Yo, that's facts.
You're heightening the culture of cheating when
right,
you do
right,
these things.
right.
Like, when you go out there and promote these, you're heightening
Right.
the culture of that.
Are you
And
provoking them? But you
So,
don't
like, are we
want the
fighting
action
against
to
cheating
be-
or not? Is
you don't
cheating a
want
bad
to-
thing or
To
not?
go through with it, exactly.
Exactly, because like we
Yeah.
can't do everything around things. Just like with hip hop, and we're gonna talk about that one day too. It's the same thing. Like, it's like the stop the violence movements in hip hop, but every song is about violence.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Like, everything we watch is hypersexualized. All the clothes that are made for women nowadays and dudes and everything is
Yeah.
hypersexualized. That's why everything is form fitting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there was a time when things were a little bit baggy because they didn't want to play the narrative that women are just sex objects.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you can get through an era and clean up and purge what's going on. Because a lot of things progress from hypersexuality.
Yeah.
A lot of negative things progress from hypersexuality.
Yeah.
And positive things. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. Do men think that too?
yeah, I believe so. I think men and women, well, they should. You know what I'm saying? I don't think every man does, and I don't think they do to the level that women do, but They should. I think at this point in society, we should be getting to that point where we're all thinking at that point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, definitely. Wow. That's crazy.
He's a savage.
But yeah, man, like, I don't know, man. It's interesting, man. To think back to the times where I did, or not times, I think it's just a couple times, man.
I would say I emotionally cheated, and it was not something I would ever tell nobody to do again.
Right.
I would never do that again. I learned my lesson, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not, you know, like, and away from that, it's not cool when someone loves you and investing in you, and you disrespect them in that nature. Period. It's just not cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can see, you can see,
on a human level, you know.
Yeah, on a human level, you can see the effects it has on people. And it's not cool. Like, I'll always live seeing the effects of what that can cause.
Yeah.
And never do it again. It's a million sorry sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Just real shit. But
no,
you know,
definitely, man.
you know how it goes, man.
I wish I cheated on my ex.
Oh my gosh, man.
Okay.
It's crazy. Yeah, man. Couple more. Okay, so I guess we'll go a couple more minutes and then we'll wrap this up. I don't know. Does anybody want to go live with us one more time? The viewers are going down a bit, so we can wrap this up and then share it. I think we got a good conversation today.
Yeah, we
did. Thank you for the opinions because those help, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, 100%. Yeah, man. And moral of the story, just communication is everything, you know.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Information and communication are like the two things we can get. We should get, like, it's so easy for us to attain communication and information in these days. So there's no reason not to be as informative and communicate as much as possible, especially in your relationship.
Right.
Keep the information up. Always keep getting information from your spouse, and always communicate. Because then there's no reason to cheat when the communication's up. That's easier said than done. But you know, end of the day, I guess.
You know, check in.
Check in.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
That's what's up, though, man. Shout out to everybody that came through and discussed this with us tonight. We're gonna wrap this up. Our next topic is gonna be a fun one. It won't be as heavy as this. And we're going to get into these type of topics also, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not always going to, like I said, we're not always going to just
do the top 10 shit.
The top 10s and the pop culture stuff. That's what we love. That, you know, Night School incorporates, part of Night School is incorporating what you grew up on, the stuff that you love, and really analyzing it, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Like,
you missed some of those comments too, man. So I'll go back and check it.
100%. And share this.
And we can
share
build.
this.
You know what I'm saying?
Please share this.
You know, share and subscribe, man. What's the YouTube?
The YouTube is Night School. Night School Collective.
Night School Collective on YouTube.
Night School Collective.
Night School Collective on Instagram. Night School Collective on Twitter. Night School everywhere.
Night School
Collective everywhere.
Night School everywhere. And I'll post all the links to all the Night School stuff also.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got that post there.
For sure.
And the just keep with us. You already heard we got our theme song going. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is looking right. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna put stuff up, have the place looking beautiful. We're gonna start interviewing people. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna start doing lives with some of the viewers. All those things we're gonna get into high gear. So we need you guys to follow us. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no doubt.
Follow, subscribe, and like. This is Night School Buzz signing off.
Night School Chin signing off.
Brother.
Another one in the books.
Peace.
Salute.